Hello, everyone, and welcome to what I believe is the final Swiss round of the Blind Band 10-mon standard tournament. This week, I am facing Krass. We are 2-2 playing for the winning record and possibly a spot in the top 8. I haven't actually looked at the standings. I probably should before talking about the match, but hey, it won't matter if I lose, so we'll worry about that at the end of the video if I happen to take a W. Moving on to the teams for this week. Obviously, you guys know my team by now, and Krass's team is an interesting one. I feel like this is probably a glory team with like a little bit of charge and stuff mixed in. I'm not 100% sure. We've got Reduga, Ascendant, Brawlish, Draco Noir, Caraglow, Monk, Mimic, Eldergel, Thanatos, and Tanuki. So, yeah, Thanatos is really good at offensive buffs. Reduga, I mean, we know what Reduga does. It's on my team. Same with Eldergel and Ascendant. Caraglow, I believe, is the third Maneki user alongside of Reduga and Tanuki, which actually, now that I'm paying attention, the entire Glory Core is there with the 3 Maneki users. So it's probably a Maneki team. And out of the damage dealers that love having a crap ton of glory stacked on top of them, Brawlish and Mimic are pretty high up that list, and Eldergel certainly doesn't hate it either. The Dragonor feels a little out of place. I guess it can be a crit damage dealer actually, so maybe it's not as out of place as I think it is. And Monk, I'm guessing, is there for the war crimes that it commits next to an Ascendant as well. Bunch of Enlightened on the enemy team to go with it, so that's going to be kind of annoying. For this round, I banned Ascendant. I think this is the correct choice, as what Ascendant brings to the table is ridiculous. We've seen it time and time again through this tournament, with Ascendant having the most representation at 9 of the teams bringing it. It is just crazy. It shares buffs. It's absolutely obnoxious to get off the battlefield. And eventually it just turns the corner and starts blowing things the hell up. Which is definitely just an incredible package to be all together. I didn't really think about any other bans aside of maybe the Draconor to deal with Blind, because obviously I hate Blind. We've been over this. But Draconor does not do the same level of miserable blind crap as Azarak. It also doesn't have martial prowess to bring to the table alongside of everything else. So I'm willing to fight the Draco Noir. I think Megarock can just blow it off the field immediately if need be. And I think I've got a decent amount of play against it versus Azarak, which is just like this cranked up to like 17. As for Krass's ban, Krass is the first person to take out my Nautilid. And this one is kind of interesting to me, honestly. Nobody has banned my Nautilid yet throughout all of the tournament so far. And it is definitely a very powerful buffer and shielder, and opens up some of my best turn ones. However, it isn't exactly a linchpin of my team like Ascendant, Raduga, Megarok, or Vertrag have kind of shown to be. It is just a generically good mon that I make good use out of. And so I'm actually a little surprised by this. This probably tells me that I may not see Draconor. Because I would not be leaving a Megarok on the table if I was planning on relying on Draconor. And Thanatos has Fizz resistance, and Mimic is weak to magic but resistant to Earth. So I'm thinking that we are probably going to see those two show up a decent amount because they offer some degree of staying power against Megarok this week. And that's potentially why we went with Nautilid, although the curious question is, like, why not Ascendant or Vertrag instead of Nautilid? I think both of those are probably a little better, but Nautilid is just overall pretty annoying mon as well. But I'm happy to have a lot of the crux of my team still together. With that, we go in the game, and you guys can see that my opening 6 is a little different this week. With no Nautilid, I am electing to go with this core as my first game. We've got the Konko and the Megarok here as a Might core. And if I don't see Thanatos, I think I like this as a lead. If I do see Thanatos, I may start it in the back, depending on whether I'm going first or second. And I will probably lead Konko and Megarok next to Ascendant to potentially kick additional might buffs over to Megarok to threaten maybe a turn 1 kill and definitely a turn 2 kill if Megarok survives. And then we've got the Eagle, the Raduga, and the Vertrag in the back. Notable changes this week. I am packing level 5 Punch combo, only level 4 Leaf Slash and Fiery Punch this week because there is 3 Earth resistances on Krass's team, which is going to make Leaf Slash a little bit less good. I'm going to still carry it because there is double elemental shift on his team as well. And also, if dodge buffs get stacked up, I do still need a good button to click, and that's also why I'm still keeping Boulder Toss instead of Meteorite Shower. However, across the entire team, Lightning Punches is going to be the most effective attack punch combo, as there is an air weakness, and there is no air resistance unless Elemental Shift gets into play. However, gaining that resistance means that you're weak to Earth. Now, granted, it's only level 4 Leaf Slash, which is a low base power move, so this is only going to be about 480 physical damage, which is a little worse than Punch Combo 5, but you do still have the upside of the can't be dodged and the lower mana cost. So a little bit less damage, but more consistency if dodge buffs are in play, and a Earth weakness presents itself. And the Boulder will probably just one-shot whoever E-shifts into Wind. But this also threatens the Brawlish, which I think might be one of the scariest damage dealers on Krass's team. And the Fire Punches, likewise, are there in case of Elemental Shift. There are no Fire weaknesses, but Fire Punches will get the job done if Raduga or Tanuki think that they're smart, shifting into, I believe, Water procs this. I don't remember. If they end up weak to Fire, I can hit it. I also balanced the levels of attacks out on the Raduga this week. dropping level 5 Gemstone Barrage because there are 3 Earth Resistances, picking up level 4 Whirlwind instead. Outside of that, everything is the same, except I believe I changed my ult from Gemstone Barrage to Fire Pillar. I think I like that better. Vertrag is unchanged, Ascendant's unchanged, Eagle's unchanged, Conco's unchanged. In the background, I did the same thing for Dark Shift Raduga. If I feel like I need to punch a little bit harder, I will shift in Dark Shift Raduga, and I will consider which of the ults I want when I get to it. This Elder Gel is unchanged, and this is in the back of my mind to potentially come in should the opportunity present itself. I do actually think this is a reasonable pick in this matchup. I will probably change its stats a little bit. I don't know that Burrow 4 and Heavy Hitter are as necessary, and I might want to get a couple additional levels of Bitumen Surge because Bitumen Surge is very, very good. But yeah, this is something I'm thinking about because it has Wind to threaten that Brawlish. It's magic in case Thanatos and Mimic seem to be showing their faces a lot. I can bring this in to potentially threaten both of them as well. And then if they don't show up and we're in like a little bit more neutral of a position, Bitumen Surge is just really, really good. But yeah, that's my team for this week. And we're going to go hit up Krass now and try to get into the matches. Alright, so Krass should be on shortly. The invite is sent. The code is ready. And we are going to get into it for a potential spot in top 8. Alright, so we see double Maneki plus Mimic and Thanatos, like I thought. But we do also see the Draconoir, and I am going first, so I think I'm going to get a little frisky here. Ooh, that was a good call. Alright, so we got a ton of damage out, and we have a ton of buffs up. I do like my position right now. The Raduga already making itself open, popping that elemental shift immediately. What? That was a neutral element attack. Holy shit. What the hell? Yeah, just got really good buffs up, I guess. Alright then, holy crap. Oh yeah, right. We do not have... I mean, I could zero... I know. Kill the damage dealer. Don't mess around. So is this... Is this a damage dealing Thanatos? I'm not actually sure. Wow, okay. I do not like this one bit. I don't like leaving that Thanatos at all, but I don't really have any good damage on it right now. Jeez, okay. Good Lord Almighty, holy crap. Where did I get these blinds from? What the hell? Trying to share around as many buffs as I can, but... I think we're just gonna get this thing out of here. I'm not risking it. Mimic, yeah. Perhaps blowing up Caraglow on one is actually more important. Just to stop the bleed spam. Okay, yeah. That was not as good as I thought it would be. Raduga just doesn't do any damage on the revive. I tried. Good lord. Alright. Now that I understand what's going on here, this is not a week for physical attackers, I don't think. I'm gonna redo the worms tree. So I do want to get predation. I want full piercing lightning. Full shield. Full vitamin surge. I'm not sure which of these two I want. It actually might be. Never mind. How many ancients do I have on my team? 1, 2, 3, 2? Oh, okay. This is not actually as good. But this doesn't naturally have aging, so I think I might still keep conjunction. We are non-crit? No, we are the awkward point of like crit and not. I think we'll just stay on Moon Sword. I'm gonna take the play on the second game. Who am I leading? Think I'm leading. Ascendant Worm Reduga? Or is it Vertrag? I think it's Ascendant Vertrag Worm. I gotta see if Krass changes his team at all. No, same team. Okay. I think I'm just going to take the slightly more defensive opening and lower his damage output. And go for the kill on turn 2, since the kill wasn't very clean on turn 1. If I'm not mistaken, Mimic has the turn 1 25% evade. Although my worm might not make it out of turn 1. Sure. Damn. That was so close to killing. Now I'm just gonna get completely ripped apart for that. Fuck. Okay, this much waiting. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that kills, apparently. Oh my god! The fucking dodge. That should have been a guaranteed kill. And the fact that it's just stacking massive bleeds on me is not helping. Cool. This is really unlikely to kill, I guess? Fuck. Yeah, I'm just losing the dodges now. Okay, that's cool. Yep. Alright. Yeah, I don't really have good answers to get a Mimic off of the battlefield on turn 1, and that is a bit of a problem. I need to switch to Dark Raduga now. The worm felt like it did about as close as humanly possible to nothing. Yeah, this is really bad. Holy crap. Where's Scepter? Good God, am I just getting absolutely murdered here? I don't even feel like going second is gonna help me here. I feel like going second is just giving him a free kill. I guess he won't have as much combo. And then maybe I can get a guaranteed kill. I'm genuinely unsure, but I might as well try it. Down 2-0 already. Mimic is just absolutely fucking heinous with those bleeds, but isn't really anything I can do about it. And what is Light Shift Thanatos? Okay, just defensive. Oh wait, that might be... Oh, he might be on Gray Pearl Thanatos. Okay. I might have overlooked that. That might explain the insane amount of damage output that it has. And then Dark Mimic. I think I'm used to using Light Shift Mimic. Okay, so Dark has mana potential. Light's Equipment Mastery. The Karaglow is Heal Charge. The Raduga is Buff Mastery. Yeah. This is rough, and that's without the Ascendant. Turns out I probably should have taken out one of the damage dealers. Same team. Why does that cat feel like it changed colors? So Draconor lead. That is certainly not what I expected to see. Somehow the cat still generates 14 combo off of that. Jesus. With like no buffs up. Thunder Strike does not do enough damage, so I have to gamble. Okay, we won a fucking dodge gamble finally. Not that it matters, because now one of the bleed mons just comes in and ruins my life. And then I probably bring in my Raduga if it kills my eagle. Okay, yeah, Mimic. The more problematic of the... Yeah, okay, that's definitely a different Karaglow. That's Dark Karaglow. I guess there's like a chance I get out of this turn, but I really don't think so. Yeah, not with 30, or, yeah, that's way too much combo. Alright, we got a couple defensive bonuses on Raduga now. Good lord. What even caused 16 hits? I don't get it off of the Caraglow. Yep. Yeah, I literally just don't know how to actually deal with this. I already have channel up. I probably need to get glory. I guess I'm fighting back with my own bleeds now, but it probably isn't gonna matter. When the Mimic can literally hit for several thousand bleed damage. Interesting, okay. I literally cannot tell what color these bars are. I mean, I'm pretty sure I just lose if I don't kill the Mimic, but I also don't think I'm particularly well off here with Thanatosin. Because this is just going to be Fatal Cut. Yeah. And the dodges. Oh, yeah. 2 dodges. Well, that's the end of our tournament. That was awful. I definitely thought I had more of a shot at this matchup than that, but Well, boy, did that feel unwinnable the entire time. I tried a bunch of different things to try to actually get anywhere, and nothing seemed to work. Yup. Not much I can do about that. Well, I guess that's the end of this tournament. Still kind of up in the air whether I'll do another one, because boy howdy, the first two tournaments have not felt particularly good. Granted, blind band standard, regardless of that band is as close to irrelevant as possible for anybody who isn't like a debuff team. Standard is just completely horrendously punishing to any new player, and blind ban, I mean, I never should have even signed up for that in the first place, but I like, or not blind ban, grid draft, but I like drafting because I'm a Magic the Gathering player. So I wanted to try it, and yeah, that was a disaster as well. So, yeah. We'll just have to see what happens. I'll be around. I'll probably going to be looking at maybe starting to make some content for other games. Now that some more of my time is kind of freeing up a little bit. And, yeah, I guess I'll, like, stay around the community, but yeah, I don't really know how much more PvP I'm gonna do here, just because it's not particularly been fun so far. And maybe like a more restricted format will change that. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It went better than Grid Draft, but not by much. At least my wins were actually wins, but it feels like I only beat other teams that were equally out of context with the rest of Standard, like mine is. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you'll see me around. Maybe you won't. At least on Monster Sanctuary. But that's going to wrap it for this tournament and for this video. So, take care, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.